In this video, we will cover the skip line command in the edit panel of the editing screen. As the name suggests, the skip line command allows you to skip over selected recordings in the timeline. It may be that there is a section of the script that does not include your character, so in rehearsal, you skip over those recordings to concentrate more on your own character's involvement in the conversation. Or it could be that you don't want the action lines to play during rehearsal. In this example, to save time and to clearly illustrate which recordings are being skipped, we will just use numbers instead of dialogue from a script. Let's play the first section of the timeline so all recordings can be heard.
Editing instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, now let's skip some recordings in playback. To apply the skip line command to recordings in the timeline, all you need to do is press on the skip line icon in the edit panel. It will be highlighted to indicate it is active. Then tap on one or more recordings you wish to skip, and they will be highlighted with a dark border to indicate they have been selected. Once you have selected all recordings to skip, press on the skip line icon in the edit panel again to save the change. Now all selected recordings will be skipped over in playback.
Editing instructions. 3, 4, 7, 8.
There are two ways to quickly identify whether a recording in the timeline has the skip line command applied to it. The first is to look on the left side of the top metallic band. All skipped recordings will display the skip line icon in the top metallic band as you drag it under the timeline marker. The second way is to press on the skip line icon in the edit panel. This will highlight all previously skipped recordings with a dark border around them. However, by doing this, you have activated the skip line selection process. So once you have identified whether the skip command has already been applied to a recording, you must press on the skip line icon again to deactivate the selection process. When it is deactivated, the dark border will disappear from the selected recordings. To remove a previously saved skip line command from a recording, all you need to do is repeat the same process. Press on the skip line icon in the edit panel, select the recordings to remove the skip command from, and save the change by pressing on the skip line icon again. Now the deselected recordings will be included in playback again.
Editing instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
If you find a recording is not playing for you in playback, use the two previously mentioned checks to identify if a skip edit has been applied to it. Otherwise, it could mean that it has been left out of a group line command, in which case you can try the same two checks mentioned earlier, but with the group line command instead.